Welcome to the Alvin ISD TTESS training for the 2020-2021 school year. TTESS stands for the Texas Teacher Evaluation and Support System, and it is a system designed by educators to support teachers in their professional growth. All administrators and classroom teachers must be trained on TTESS every year before the first day of school. All teachers will be assigned a TTESS appraiser. Who is eligible to appraise you? Principals and assistant principals. Central office staff will also be certified and can step in as a second appraiser if needed. Appraisal cycles. Cycle 1 teachers. These are teachers who are on probationary contracts, teachers that may have a take-no-action contract, teachers on an employee agreement. All new teachers to the building are eligible for a Cycle 1, and then teachers who are on a professional support plan. Cycle 2 teachers are teachers that are on term contracts. Teachers on a Cycle 2 may be moved to a Cycle 1 at the discretion of the campus administrators during the school year. Teachers must be made aware before their formal observation. How is Cycle 1 or Cycle 2 determined? Alvin ISD HR department will compile a list for each campus principal with the name and contract type each teacher is assigned on their campus. The list will assist the principal with the appraisal system for supporting teachers' needs on Cycle 1 and Cycle 2. Appraisal cycles. Cycle 1. When you're a Cycle 1 teacher, you're going to have a pre-conference. You are going to set your goals and have a professional development plan. You will have a formal observation and walkthroughs. The formal observation will be 45 minutes, and you will have at least 3 documented walkthroughs per year. You will have a post-observation conference, and you will have an end-of-year conference where we will go over your summative goals. A Cycle 2 teacher is going to be exempt from a full appraisal. You will set goals and have a professional development plan. You will have walkthroughs, a minimum of 3 15 minutes for each of them. And then you will have an end-of-year conference, but it may be waived at the appraiser's discretion. All teachers will be evaluated annually on Domain 4 of TTESS. This is just a graphic of what the evaluation cycle for Cycle 1 teachers look like. You'll start by setting your goals. You will have a pre-conference. You will then have your observation and your walkthroughs. You will have a post-conference, and then you'll have an end-of-year conference. This is the graphic for a Cycle 2 teacher. You'll set your goals, you'll have your walkthroughs, and then you'll have an end-of-year conference, but it may be waived. Goal setting. All teachers will submit one content goal and one individual goal and strive for the 2020-2021 school year. These goals will be approved by the appraiser. Department goals will be established by contents and will be written in department meetings. Individual goals will be created by the individual. Both goals will be entered into Strive no later than September 8, 2020. Formal observations for Cycle 1 teachers. Except for teachers eligible for less frequent formal observations, teachers will participate in one formal classroom observation, which will be mutually scheduled by date and time, one time during the fall or spring semester. A classroom observation will be the length of an instructional period or a complete lesson within an instructional period, which consists of a 45-minute instruction or lesson. The annual observation cycle runs in accordance with the district-approved appraisal calendar. All observations must include a pre- and post-conference meeting that followed established TTESS conference protocol and are scheduled by date and time. Prior to each observation, the TTESS evaluator will conduct a pre-conference meeting with the teacher to ask pertinent background questions about the lesson plan and the students in the class in order to provide context. After each classroom lesson observation, the teacher who is observed will receive a written summary and oral feedback from the individual evaluator in a post-conference meeting within 10 working days of the observation. All observations should be entered into Strive within 10 working days. Walkthroughs shall be conducted throughout the year. They are typically brief, non-scheduled, informal observations. All teachers should have no less than 3 15-minute walkthroughs completed during the school year. All walkthroughs should be entered into Strive within 10 working days. Criteria to return Cycle 2 teachers to a Cycle 1. If it is determined that a teacher in any area at any time by the campus administrator needs additional assistance with supporting documentation, a teacher can be moved from a Cycle 2 to a Cycle 1. Once placed back on Cycle 1, the teacher must achieve a minimum of proficient to be eligible to be placed back on Cycle 2, and it is a principal's decision. In the event a teacher participating in the TTESS evaluation process disagrees with the evaluation scores for the individual performance on the performance domains of TTESS, he or she may appeal within 10 working days of the post-conference. A second appraiser on campus will be assigned to complete the second formal observation. If the teacher disagrees with both appraisers, he or she may appeal within 10 working days of the second post-conference, and a second appraiser will be assigned by HR to appraise the teacher. This will be the final appraisal opportunity. The final appraiser's scoring will be recognized as the final score. All teachers should submit evidence activities to support goals set at the beginning of the year, as well as any evidence to support Domain 4 by April 17th, 2021. This information should be uploaded in the Goals area of Strive. Administrators should complete an end-of-year form on all Cycle 1 teachers. Administrators may waive both face-to-face and written end-of-year conference forms for Cycle 2 teachers. This waiver has to be documented in writing. This is just a rubric or a graphic of the different domains that you will be evaluated on. We are going to evaluate you on your planning. Do you know your standards and are they aligned? Do you know data and assessment? Do you know your kids and what do your activities look like? We're going to look at your instruction and we're going to see, are you achieving expectations? Do you know are you a content knowledge and expert? How do you communicate? Do you differentiate? And are you monitoring and adjusting for your students? We're also going to look at your learning environment to see what are your routines and procedures like? How do you manage student behavior? And what is your classroom culture like? Professional practices and responsibilities are going to be monitored all year, but we will give you this information at the end of the year. We're going to look at how are you professionally as far as your demeanor and ethics are concerned. What about your goal setting, professional development, and your school community involvement? This is a graphic for what the post-conference will look like. When we meet with you after your formal evaluation, we're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to have an area of reinforcement, which is an area that you did really well on. We're also going to have an area of refinement, which is an area that we've recognized may need some growth. And then we're going to share your ratings at the end of the post-conference. Considerations. The proficient performance level is representative of a rock-solid teacher. There will be some necessary culture shifts to establish a new mindset for the relationship with appraisals and supporting teachers. Everyone in this school is a lifelong learner. The ultimate outcome is professional growth and improved student achievement. Upcoming deadlines. You can see your TTESS orientation should be completed by August 14th. Goal setting and Strive is due September 8th. The appraisal period will be from September 8th until April 17th. Your evidence will be due April 16th. The last day for your summative end of your conference is going to be May 7th. This is just a page of resources. If you need a cheat sheet on how to set your goals, that's the top link. Teach for Texas has a lot of useful resources if you want some more information on TTESS. The third bullet is a copy of the rubric, which is what we're going to be looking for when we come into your classrooms. And then if you want any other information, Alvin ISD's website will have it under the Human Resource section of the website. All right, we have come to the end. That is all, folks. Please make sure that you complete the TTESS refresher quiz after you finish this training. This is how I document that you have listened to the training and are ready to be evaluated.